FC 85 live stream. We've got a couple more prelims for you before we go to the main card at 4:30 on UFC Fight Pass. Please welcome to the blue corner for your next fight, James Ford.
All right, and welcome back in. James Ford making that pro debut alongside Matt Costello, Matty Ice. Both guys making that debut after some fun fights in Fury Amateur Series. But James Ford, everyone's high on this fighter, has that collegiate background with that wrestling, and man, he is a special talent.
Yeah, you see Cutthroat Kyle holding his flag behind him. Cutthroat Kyle made his pro debut just a few months ago, got a twister submission win. Both these guys were roommates in college together, both wrestled together. And yeah, what a fun matchup. James Ford fought at heavyweight, is now at light heavyweight. His opponent also debuting, fought at heavyweight, also fought at light heavyweight. Really fun matchup for anyone in the Houston scene. I train a lot with James Ford. He's a great guy, works super hard, gives me some of my best rounds. And like, yes, he's a good wrestler, but I'll tell you, it's in the clinch, man. In the clinch, he's got really cool throws. I think he's more of like a Greco-style wrestler, but I know he's been working really hard. Really cool first pro fight of the year here for Fury.
Yeah, and I think the advantage here, Alex, is that, he's been the distance 3 of the 4 fights that he's won. And so including that, split decision against Felipe Rocha. So he has been in there against some tough competition. He's been tested. And, like I said, I think he's prepared to go the distance tonight if it has to go there.
All right, James is inside. Let's meet his opponent.
Please welcome to the red corner, Matt Costello.
Matt Costello, as I mentioned, also making his pro debut after going 4-1 as an amateur. Fought twice for us here at Fury Amateur Series. Last time out, lost the heavyweight strap in the amateur division, or the amateur side of things, to Abraham Van Hoot at Fury FC 78 back in April. He's a tough guy, is Matt.
Yeah, he sure is. He throws a lot in volume. He's been training a long time. Man, I'll tell you, he looks pretty lean and mean for this pro debut. You can tell he trained super hard, took it very serious, as any debuter should. I know James did the same thing. But yeah, Matty Ice is fun to watch. He's got a good chin on him. He doesn't throw super powerfully. He throws in volume. He'll try to chip away at you. Now the real question is, will he be able to deal with the wrestling of James Ford here tonight?
Fighting at light heavyweight for this bout, but as I mentioned, has fought at heavyweight as well, did Matt Costello. Our tail of the tape brought to you by OnlyFans. The height advantage, reach advantage by 1 inch for Matty Ice, Matt Costello. Both guys 26 years old. Both did make weight for this light heavyweight showdown. First pro fight of the night, of the year, as you mentioned, Alex, here for Fury. In what is poised to be a big year. Final few touch-ups and instructions going on right now for Matt Costello, but he is heading inside. Let's get some big boys here for our first pro fight of our prelims broadcast for Fury FC 85. Let's get our official introductions.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest, brought to you by OnlyFans, is scheduled for 3 rounds in the Fury FC light heavyweight division. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner. This mixed martial artist is 6 feet tall, and he weighed in officially at 203.8 pounds. Fighting out of Houston, Texas, by way of Columbus, Ohio today, he makes his professional debut. Here is James Ford. And introducing his opponent across the cage, fighting out of the red corner. This freestyle fighter stands 6 feet 1 inch tall, and he weighed in at 204 pounds. Also fighting out of Houston, Texas, today, he too makes his professional debut. Here is Matty Ice, Matt Costello. Your referee in charge of the action, Jeff Rexroad.
Looks like we got a little mess in the cage here. They got to clean up first.
Who went in there during the break?
Yeah.
Matt is such a big fan of the sport since he was 8 years old, He was 8 years old. He's wanted to become an MMA fighter since 13. He's so excited to be here, and immediately we see that wrestling of James Ford.
Yeah, James wasted no time. Threw a jab, timed a really nice double leg. He's getting early in on those elbows. And I'll tell you, this is where James starts now. Matt's got a good Muay Thai game, but it's not a Thai fight. The biggest difference between Thai fight clinching and MMA clinching is those underhooks. And that's just where James will even get over on me, just from that over-under, from those double overs, double unders. He's got a great clinch game. And this is something James can do all day long. He's got a good little 10-finger executioner's choke-style guillotine. We've seen one in an amateur fight here before. See how he just kind of cups under? If you can pin their back on the cage, you can drive your sternum into the back of their head. It makes for a really violent choke, but Matt did a good job angling out, relieving that pressure.
Yeah, Alex, I think the fight starting this way is a reflection of Matt's striking. I mean, you know, James Ford does not want to get into a striking match where they're trading punches. Not that he doesn't have power of his own, but you definitely don't want to be on the receiving end of one of those Matt Costello right hands.
No, and when you can go, 3 for 3 on takedowns, why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
I remember talking a little bit with James. He was like, I want to see if I can't get him down in the first, maybe tire him out. But man, not only has he gotten him down, but he's gotten him out a lot early. He's going again for this 10-finger guillotine. Really awkward choke.
Oh. Just having his way right now with Matt.
Well-timed the knee right on the stand-up.
James training at War, also coaching the wrestling there. Wanted us to mention that. He's coached more D1 wrestlers out of War than currently exists in the city of Houston.
Nice.
And he also enjoys long walks on the beach. True story.
I don't believe him.
Here's a fun fact for you. Matty Ice used to be a magician.
Oh.
Yeah.
Must not have panned out. He's fighting in the cage now.
Tough industry. All those YouTube videos of, here's how magic is done. There's no more mystery left in the world, thanks to YouTube.
Man, not only was that a beautiful, just kind of classic single leg takedown, but he just was able to jump right over the guard. Looking to hit a topside crucifix. If he can pin that head on the ground, he can throw some unanswered elbows here.
That's a bad spot for Matt Costello. He needs some magic right now.
Yeah, because he's allowing James to put on a wrestling clinic. And this is one of those things, every time he gets taken down, every time he tries to get up, it's just zap and energy, and you get nothing to show for it.
Yeah, we saw in the Vanderhooten fight that, he will gas a little bit. Both guys in that case were gassed, but Matt Costello will gas a little bit under high pressure, which, this style of wrestling, this style of fight, I don't think there's anything more gassing than this, Alex.
No, especially at this weight class.
120 left in the round. Still a lot of time left here for James Ford.
See if he can't find an elbow. He was looking for him earlier. Looks like Matty maybe trying to cut an angle for an armbar, but it's going to be a tall order against a guy with such position awareness in Ford. Wrestlers who are ready to go to that pro level, they really build an acute sense of defense in the closed guard. Knowing when to jump out of triangles and arm bars. You see James progress into almost half guard.
Now unloading on some punches here is Ford. Oh.
Just right back to a shot. From ground and pound to a clinch knee to a shot. And you're right back to it. That was really good activity there from Ford.
Yeah, Alex, a lot of the knock on just wrestling is that it makes for a boring fight, but not the case here at all. This has been pretty action-packed. He's staying busy. He's throwing punches while he's wrestling, so really, really good active wrestling, trying to pass. Really good first round from James Ford.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, not a 10-8 round, but I mean, I don't think Matty landed a single shot. I don't think he defended a takedown either. I mean, that was a tough first round for him. You know, other than getting dropped, it couldn't have really gone much worse. So he's going to have to make some real adjustments. That was that nice, just classic jab to a strong double leg, little double underhook takedown. Little top hat, half crucifix mod here. James
the other thing, Alex, James Ford, every time he goes to pass, he buries an arm first. He does something so that when he gets that pass, when he gets to that next position, he is able to throw punches from there, and they're basically uncontested. He's got an arm trap. Now, Matt has gotten his arms out every time, but still not before he's taking a few punches down there from the bottom, and it won't be long before you don't have the strength or the energy to get those limbs out anymore.
Yeah, I was just going to say, man, if he's not able to defend takedowns off the first and second exchange in round one when he's fresh, give him 5 minutes of fatigue, and it's going to be even worse. And these wrestlers, a lot of times, big right hand to a shot, forcing it a little bit, but he's able to. Got a full body lock now to James. If you go to a wrestling tournament, you'll have, up to 5 and 6 matches for a win, especially double elimination style. So these guys can wrestle actively 30, 40 minutes in a day.
And he tried that reversal, but it's too much of a good base there from Ford.
Man, that was cool. And he had a single leg, just kind of took him towards his base. Oh, man, this is under the chin.
Oh.
The angle's not the best, but it doesn't have to be. You see Matty kind of surviving it. The angle's not the greatest. That's why he lost that choke. Nice little short elbow there from James Ford.
And that's one thing about that rear naked choke is, and just about any choke, you beat chokes with position. And, you want to fight with your hands. If the choker is in position, once you have them out of position, you can let go with your hands and kind of use it to free the rest of your body. But here we're talking about, Alex, that now he's got that arm trapped, and, after a round and a minute, it's really difficult to get another 210, 20-pound guy off of you.
Yeah, and what James needs is that right side deep underhook and a head pin on the other side of the bicep, and he's got it now. And the trick here is punch 3 or 4 times and then adjust position. And then hit him 3 or 4 times and then adjust position. He's got to keep that head pin above the bicep there. Man, this is tough. It's funny, we have a joke at our gym. It's like the coach, Coach, how do you get out of these crucifixes? And I say, you got to freak out of there. Like, you genuinely have to explode out of there. Because the more time you spent on bottom, isolating those arms, trying to lift to no avail, it's going to burn energy and get beat up.
Yeah, and the unfortunate part is that, you are going to take some damage while you're trying to escape from this. It's kind of like escaping from the mount. You got to use both hands to escape from the mount. You're going to take a few punches.
Yeah, we see some cuts on the nose, bloody nose, cut on the bridge of the nose there.
This one, you can't even use the arms,
Costello.
man. This is tough for Matty Ice. And
Oh.
Jeff Rexroth is looking on. These elbows are digging into the face of Costello.
2.5 minutes, might as well be 2.5 hours. It's a lot of time. That's got to get out of here. He's rotating. He's clearing the elbow line. That's what he needs.
Good.
But, it's better, sure, but how much better? You get this guy and James Ford just transitioning like a monster.
Yeah, Alex, he probably easily weighs 220, 225 now after weigh-ins, and he's moving like a welterweight or a lightweight. He's so spry, so fast.
Yeah, he really prepared hard. Oh, man, he got a little wrist ride. Looking for a head pin now on the cage.
Oh, man.
Oh, man. Jeff Rexroth is getting very close.
I got that arm free, and he looks, his face is a little bloody, but he looks like he's doing just fine so far. He's taking the punches well.
Man. And when you fight James Ford, you have to troubleshoot and deal with this. So I can only assume Matt Costello's entire fight camp was get-ups and wrestling. And man, when when it's just not able to work, it's really disheartening.
And this is why so many people around the fight game are high on James Ford. It's this incredible style of nonstop work. Oh man, 3 elbows right on that left cheek.
Notice Costello got his left elbow free on that crucifix. But what you have to do is free an elbow line so you can rotate. Usually into a back take, but almost anything is better. Oh man, this is deep.
Man, that's deep.
And then we're going to see a tap here, for sure. That's as deep as it gets. And there's a tap.
That's
man,
it.
what a debut for James Ford. Finds the finish midway through round 2 after just putting on a wrestling and ground and pound clinic.
Wow.
Congratulations to James Ford. Big performance, big win. Michael's going to head inside to speak with James Ford about this massive, dominating win over Matty Ice, who is so tough to finish.
Man, I mean, for a first fight for Fury, professional fight, James set the bar so high. I mean, James wasted no time on top. Usually you see guys who wrestle a lot, they'll get on top and kind of lay there and catch their breath or ride the clock out, but James wasted 0 seconds attacking submissions, advancing position, or just laying down just a clinic of elbows and ground and pound. I mean, that's as deep as it gets. Man.
Matty was like, I don't know what to do here. I want to fight this, but that was enough, man. Good win.
Tough style. Oh yeah, that was awesome. Cool. I like James and Kyle, got a good dynamic. They're good for the city. Both guys within a few months made their pro debuts. Both win by submission in the second round. Really cool.
All right, let's make things official. Here is Wayne Leggett.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Jeff Rexroth calls for a stop to the fight. 4 minutes, 20 seconds into round number 2. Declaring your winner by tap out due to a rear naked choke, James Ford. And with that win, he picks up a performance bonus from our good friends at Compex.
I'm here with your winner, James Ford. James, not an easy draw there with Matt Costello on paper, but man, did you make it look easy.
Yeah, man, it takes 2 to tango. Mad respect to him stepping in here. I have a hard time finding opponents. He was willing to jump in here with me. All respect to him. With that being said, I hear I got a fight March 11th. Let's effing get it. Let's go. Hey, all glory to God. I serve one king. He's the King of Kings. Read about him. Read about him.
James, now you're at 205 now. Is this where you're going to stay? Is this your home? You look pretty fast. You look pretty strong. Is this where you're going to stay?
Yes, sir.
All right.
My weight. My weight.
Well, we look forward to seeing you again. Your winner, James Ford.
Congratulations to James Ford, picking up that Compex bonus as well. And that leaves us with one more fight on our prelims broadcast. We'll get to that in just a second. Final pictures inside. All right, let's meet our next fighter.